I might as well get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now come to the right place.
It's time for the late night snack.
That's where the drums kick in, because we're serious and we're ready to podcast.
You're professionals.
We can create a perfect world in our heads.
We'll put
Well, that's one way to kick off the show.
Exactly. Welcome back to the late night snack.
I'm Dawson O'Brien.
And I'm Maddie. Sebestyen.
I just got to tell you right off the bat, obviously this is bad baby, as everyone realized. But country music, you know what it's telling me? Dr. Phil is still a part of her life. There's no way Dr. Phil wasn't like, hey, you want to hear? He's like, man, let me tell you about this bop I heard the other day, you know? And he slid that over. He's like, put this on aux for me.
I
you
just
know they're
love.
tight. You know they're tight. They helped each other's
Is she
career
suing
a
him
lot.
right now?
Yeah, maybe they're not best friends, you know? But it happens.
Oh, I saw this video like first thing this morning. Immediately sent it to Dawson. Made my whole day. Every time I watch it, it makes me happy. The juxtaposition of Toby Keith and Bad Baby together. I hope that honestly he reaches out and asks to do a remix.
No. On behalf of America, no. But also, when you
It's not a
sent it to
patriotic
me,
holiday. Like I don't know what was going through her head.
when you sent it to me, how you're saying how it really just made your day amazing. You can kind of tell it did the same thing to me too. I was really excited to receive it and listen to it and view it. It just really was like, wow, I'm so excited to be alive in this world right now.
Good. I like that we both just scratched our noses at the same time. We're just twins.
We're twins, and there's also pollen going around everywhere. It's literally the
It's true.
worst. I've sneezed all day, every day.
Saying the allergies are so bad here. Like we went to my brother's lacrosse game the other night and I sneezed the whole time. Speaking of, he scored a goal tonight, so shout out JT.
Big old shout out, Jata. Nice one, son.
They also won 13-3, so like it's casual.
Nice. Would have been 12-3 if it wasn't for JT.
Watch him never even listen to this.
No,
Well,
he
anyway,
doesn't.
we have 15 days now left of this little stint of long distance, and we're both very, very excited about it.
Very excited to wrap this up. Long distance has reminded me that it sucks. It literally is the worst. First of all, we made it work, so shout out to us. And I'm pretty sure the podcast.
It's also only been a month.
It's only been a month. It's not like we were trying to make it like a year-long distance. I couldn't do that. That sucks. But this podcast was a big help. I really think so.
Gives us the quality time to just hang out and talk for 20 minutes every week. Obviously, we talk more than that, but it gives us a chance to like just have some quality time, and we definitely love that. We're really looking forward to having more quality time as concerts kick back off.
Yes, we have so many. So this was the week. If you haven't been outside or turned on a TV and live under a rock, this was pretty much the week that government said if you're fully vaxxed, you can take your mask off. And it's becoming really, really close to being back to normal.
Yeah.
So what did we do? We went on a purchasing spree of every concert we want to go to. The first thing we did was we got MGK tickets for the
Which
tickets.
we might have talked about last week. I don't
We
remember
did
if
already
did.
talk about that,
Okay.
but just want to reiterate, one of my favorite albums, definitely in the past few years. It used to be California by Blink-182, but Tickets to My Downfall beat that. Sorry, Blink, you're still my favorite.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's really, really good. Anyways, so excited to see that live. I just saw Dierks Bentley live last weekend in Knoxville at the
I'm a
Cotton Eye
little
Joe.
Jealous?
It was awesome. It was especially too because like the venue where it was at. First of all, love the Cotton Eye Joe. If somehow someone at the Cotton Eye Joe sees this, heck of a venue. Love that place.
It looked cool.
It's like like that same kind of bar vibe, but massive and like a huge dance floor in the middle. It's really like kind of 80s vibe, like 80s bar vibe. And it was especially cool to see someone like Dirks Bentley, and Cole Swindell came out too. Like two like
Did he sing his newish song? Sorry, I learned.
Dirks.
No, Cole Swindell. I heard a song by him today I'd never heard before. Maybe it's not new, but I was like, this is a bop. Anyway,
Which
we
one
can
is
talk
it?
about it later. I don't know. It might be really old, and I'm about to really embarrass myself because I didn't know it. I'm looking it up on my playlist right now.
I'll save you the heartbreak and not do that. But anyways, Dirks
Single
opened.
Saturday Night.
I think so. I mean, I don't really listen to Cole Swindell a whole lot, and frankly,
Me
not a
either.
whole lot of Dirks Bentley either. But I saw there was a concert, so I went.
It is new. May 22, 2020. So like kind of new.
Well, there you go. So it's new. So if you're into
Like,
country and you're into Cole Swindell, go check that out. But just super excited at being a group of people again. Super excited to have something to go do and something to be a part of, and just like music's coming back. So excited. And more than that too, like comedy's coming back. Like late night shows, stand up shows have been going on during COVID, but it's been a little different. I just feel like everyone's general vibe has been down.
yeah.
So audiences aren't laughing as much as they would at certain jokes, or there's everything. They're just too stressed out to really enjoy a show. Now I feel like this is going to be a big burden lift off people's shoulders. People are going to go to concerts. People are going to go stand ups. They're going to go back to the movies. Everything's like coming back. And I'm really, I know I've said this 1,000 times about how excited I am, but I don't know. It makes me really happy. I'm an extrovert and I've been introverted for a year now, and I'm ready to get back out there. What about you?
Yeah, it definitely warms my heart to see everyone out. It's also still weird. I feel like for everyone, it'll take a sec to get used to seeing people without masks. Like today, especially in certain places. Like I went to the dentist today, and like everyone in the waiting room all had their masks off, or most people did. And I was like, this is just fascinating. I also think very interesting of all the people I see just like no mask and out in the world now, all of them are over the age of 55.
No.
Anyone our age still wears a mask out in public. Everybody else, it's like crazy to me. It's so funny.
I think the biggest reason too that everyone in our generation still wears a mask is because most of us, like, especially like our generation, is in college, younger generations in high school, and I feel like the school system is like masks all the time wherever you go, blah blah blah. And like I'll catch myself, like I'll come back in from something and I'll
Yeah.
grab my mask to walk in the house, and my mom's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
I don't
especially
even
because when we
realize it.
were at school, we had to wear our masks like from the car to the dorm, all of that. So I think that like screwed us up too, for sure. But we haven't bought tickets yet, but we are hopefully Dawson probably doesn't want to go, but I'm very excited about Jonas Brothers. They just announced a tour today. And so that's on the top of my list to see as we go back to concerts. They were one
We're
of the
just
last concerts I saw before COVID, and it literally changed my life. So
I would love to go to that concert with you for 2 songs. I will
burning up.
be sitting, it's burning up, and it's year 3000. And I will be sitting there with my arms crossed, looking at my watch, being like, all right, it's time. And when they start doing it, I will get up, lose my mind, and make the $150, whatever it is, ticket price. I will make that mean something to me, and I will pay that much money in that 5 minutes that I want to see. That's all I want
Yeah.
to see. Like, all their new stuff, like I'm a sucker for. Doesn't do it for me. I like them throwbacks.
It's just
I
such a good
also
vibe.
had a dream last night. This is so off topic. Well, not really off topic. Had a dream last night that they came back out with a 2010s pop throwback tour, and it had Ayaz and Tayo Cruz, like everybody, and it was like
How am I just now hearing about this? That sounds like a great dream.
it was amazing. I saw everyone again. It was so cool. Like I think
What
that
I would
that
give
would.
to see Ayaz, bro.
Oh my gosh! If Ayaz came out with a song tomorrow, Ayaz literally like I don't know why, but I vividly really remember the day I learned about replay and the first time I heard replay. I vividly remember
Please
that.
tell us.
I just was at school, and back then like iTunes and like radio actually mattered a lot. That's where
Yeah.
you like found like radio was big. And where I come from, 107.5 The River, that was the big hits and pop station. It still
Aw.
is. Um and I was super into hip hop and breakdance back in the day, so I had to constantly listening and stuff. And one day I rode the bus, didn't listen to any music, and when I got there, all these kids were talking about Replay, and you can't look it up immediately and listen to it. So I had to hear the whole day, like, you have to listen to it. I love that song. Everyone's talking about Shoddy, you know? And
Yeah.
so then I waited all day. I finally get in the car and I go home and I have 107.5 The River on my radio and I'm
Oh yeah.
waiting. I waited on the radio to
Aw.
listen to that song. And then I was
Cool,
like, this is
Dawson.
the best song I've ever heard in my life. And guess what? I'm 21 years old now and I listen to that song at least 5 times a week. The song is so good. Ayaz,
That's
if you
actually
ever
great.
listen to this, if by some reason God has given you this podcast and you hear this, man, I'd love to just talk with you about your life and those
We'd love
songs.
to have you on the podcast.
Oh, yes. Yes, we
Ayaz,
will have Ayaz on the
way.
podcast. Or Tayo Cruz, all of those guys. If you came out with Usher, we won't get Usher. But just in
We would
case,
never.
we would never get Usher. Usher's like, no way. But if by some divine reason, Usher, you feel called to be on the late night snack, we would love to have you on.
Called.
Because you're right. The DJ did get us falling in love, and frankly, it gets me falling in love still to this day.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
We also got Tom Segura tickets.
Yes. So earlier, if you remember, if you're still a longtime listener, we saw Christina P, which is his wife, and I've already seen
we
Tom
love.
Segura before.
I have not.
Love Tom live. I went with my high school best friend, freshman year of college. Now we're going into our senior year and we're about to graduate. So it's kind of like
full
the
circle.
beginning and end of college is Tom. It's kind of cool. So, and I'm really excited because I got you and Tom and you love Tom. And I was really excited that you really loved him as a stand-up because I do. And I got you into your mom's house and those other podcasts too. So going with you to go see Tom is like the dream date for me.
I am really excited.
I
waited in the queue today for the tickets. Dawson will tell
I was
very
taking
indecisive.
I was taking a test for my summer class, and so I was like, "Please get tickets. I'll pay you back, but please get." I was freaking out. I really I left, and guess what? I'm really glad you were there because they went like out.
I literally
so
watched
fast.
like the Ticketmaster, like all the dots just like start to disappear. It was crazy. Well, Dawson kind of ruined it because I was originally trying to surprise him with tickets for his birthday. I didn't know that he was coming to Nashville, but he's coming to a couple other cities, like Vegas. And I was trying to figure out like, oh, do I like plan a trip and we can go and like blah blah blah. And then of course Dawson was like, he's coming to Nashville, and I was like, I don't know why I ever thought I was gonna be able to plan this around you, but
no, you will never give me like, oh, I got you surprise tickets to something, unless it's like something like a sports team where it's like they have games all the time.
True.
You could surprise me like that, but like if I love somebody and they're coming into town,
you're gonna know.
I'm gonna know. Like when it was a couple years ago, for my birthday, my dad's like, I got you concert tickets, and he's like, I hope you like these guys. And I was like, awesome. And I opened it up, and it was Weezer. I was like, I knew about that concert like 4 months ago, and like I tried to buy tickets, and they sold out basically.
Aww,
but it was Weezer, All American Rejects, and A Day to Remember.
That sounds so good.
It was so
I'm
good.
jealous.
I saw Move Along live. It's no big deal, and also Gives You Hell. Gives You Hell. Saw it live. I'm here to tell the story. I will be
like a great TikTok trend right now. You would love it. It's this girl. She makes this video, and it's like her like she's like when you get out of school in like the early thousands, whatever. She's like slumped in the backseat of her mom's car, and she's like trying to play all the songs on the radio, and then like it's like a voice over the mom being like, "Turn this off," or "That's not appropriate." And one of them was "Gives You Hell," and she was like, "Turn this off." And it was so
you know what that song was for me?
What?
It was
Oh, we always talk about this.
Yeah. Was it Break Even? It was by
Break Even. Break Even.
Break Even. The part where it's like praying to a God that I don't believe in. My mom was like,
lost it. Oh, same.
And like, bam, she would hit that off, and I'm like, Mom, but just like when its song goes off, let's listen to it.
You're like, I believe in Jesus. It's okay. Like the song isn't gonna make me stop believing.
My mom was like, genuinely like, I don't understand like why they don't censor that line too, like that. That's super uncalled for. I'm like, that he's atheist? She's like, no, just like that line though.
It is a little aggressive. Kind of like this news story clip that you sent me earlier.
This is awesome. I don't know where I found this. I was scrolling through Instagram and I found this.
And we know that these changes are happening on the hour. We have more and more stores joining, as you guys have mentioned. Target now joining the list. We know that Starbucks is allowing fully vaccinated customers to take off the masks. And
I think we can just all agree that that's in like my top worst fears. Like doing something embarrassing while a news camera's on me. And this isn't like any news camera. This is like MSNBC. Like this isn't like your local news.
The reason why I love this video more than probably the average person does is because I also have a strong hatred for selfies and just people taking pictures at just random points and stuff. I've always been like, just enjoy the moment you're in. I get annoyed when people see, like, especially at concerts too. You see people videotape the concert the whole time. It's like, dude, just watch the concert. It's right there. And guess what? All those videos you recorded, you're not gonna watch them again. But that right there, they trying to take a selfie while riding a bike. Good for you. You fell on TV trying to do a selfie on a bike.
I didn't even realize he was taking a selfie.
Was it a he or she? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought I think it might be a she because I thought it was leggings, but it could have just been like black jeans.
It kind of looks like a man to me, but I genuinely can't tell. Maybe it's a girl. There's hair, long hair. I really don't know.
Well,
either way, I didn't even.
This cyclist was trying to take a Snapchat. Probably not a Snapchat. What do you think is a selfie
maybe.
or Snapchat?
I don't know. Maybe an Instagram story because it's like sideways. Just like me and my friends bike ride.
I really hope there's a really blurry picture of her following.
On your Instagram story? That would be so funny.
It's pretty awesome.
Well, I know you have a news story too that I'll let you share in a second. But first, this story is a little old, but I saw this today and I just am fascinated. I'm sure have you seen those pictures and videos with like people who like fix cracks with Legos?
What kind of cracks are we talking about?
Like in walls and stuff. I've
seen videos like that with ramen.
Not what I'm talking about. I do know what you're talking about, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Someone fixed an entire sink with ramen. It's kind of cool. Check it out.
It's kind of cool. Should I tell the story of everyone about my necklace in the sink?
I guess now we're here. Go for it.
We don't have to. I can cut it out.
Well, no, you can go for it if you want.
I just am very proud. This is like one of like, I didn't tell Dawson at first because I was super embarrassed and nervous that he was going to be mad at me. I don't know why I got the necklace back. But actually, it was like the most adult thing I've ever done. Dropped this little M down the sink, took the sink apart, got the M back. I had to like take the whole, unscrew the thing at the bottom of the sink, take it out, and like push it through, get it to come to the bottom. I retrieved it. I don't know why that felt necessary to tell someone, but the sink made me think of it, and I'm proud of it. I want people to know.
You actually forgot the coolest part, which is after you did that, you actually got certified to be a plumber in the state of Tennessee.
I feel like I should, honestly.
You did. They literally called you. They're like, we heard about it. It's already like making waves around the state.
My stepdad was a plumber in college, and so I'm lucky that he was, because he like guided me through the whole thing on FaceTime so that I didn't mess up. So
that would be the low-key dopest college job of all time. Just to be like to learn plumbing skills and then just be like, hey, go like to all the people in your dorm and just be like, you ever have problems? Don't waste your time with that. Call me and pay me. And like, and whenever you need a quick buck, you can walk down the hall, fix someone's sink. They give you a couple $100. Hey, if you're about to go to college, remember that. Remember that, because I'm about to graduate college. Okay.
I was like, I wish I would have thought of it earlier.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of that earlier.
Well, I didn't know Legos, could be used for lots of things, like fixing sinks. Just kidding, that was ramen. But little did you know, Lego larceny is on the rise. The French police have been investigating an international ring of toy thieves with a particular affinity for Legos.
That's actually crazy.
I feel like the sentence "international ring of toy thieves" sounds made up. This sounds like the plot to a Disney movie, maybe a Toy Story movie.
And actually, if we're talking about Toy Story, that's kidnapping. That's not theft. You know,
You're right.
that's stealing lots of people's lives. Um,
But yeah, it says it's not just Europe. Lego robberies have happened in the United States as well. And last month, a man in Oregon was arrested after local police suspected he stole $7,500 worth of Lego toy sets. So,
can you, without looking at him, what do you think the haircut of that guy is?
I don't know, maybe a bowl cut? Is that what you were thinking?
I think the opposite. I think it's the bald on top with the hair around the back.
Oh, like what do they call that? The like father or something? It's like the priest look.
Yeah, basically like that. And then the mustache connected to the beard right here, just it's all
A
hair right here.
goatee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's definitely wearing like a Toy Story t-shirt.
Well, no, because then he'd be kidnapping those Legos.
Well, yeah. He's part of an international toy
I just like
kidnapping
want
ring.
to know why that's a thing. I want to know what is going on with that. I need to know more. I'm going to do some research before next week about international toy theft because I'm highly intrigued.
I'll say this, it's gotten the attention of both the United States and France.
I know.
It's started to become such a problem that two countries are now devoting their police work to it.
Yeah, they're like, imagine being like a police officer, first day of work, they sit you down, or maybe even the FBI. It's like the first day of work. They're like, hey, what am I going to be doing? Like, am I going to be like solving serial killings? Like, am I going to be drug busting? And they're like, there's an international ring of toy thieves.
That, or it's like the complete opposite. It's like it was like April's Fool's Day a while ago, and some guy was like, "Hey, Dan's new. We'll say like he's got to go solve this like international like toy thing, right?" So like, "Hey, Dan, there's a bunch of thefts of Legos," and he's like, "I'm on it." And the next day, came back with a file, and he was like, "It's going on in France. It's going on in Portland," and he slid it across the table. We're like, "What?" He's like, "It's international. It's massive." I'm like, "Dan, we were just, oh my, this probably."
It's a joke.
Oh my god, damn. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. Well, do you want to
What would
close
you
this
call
out?
yourself if you're the detective on this case? What would you call yourself?
I'm sure you have a funny name already in your head, so let it rip.
I don't. I'm trying to think of one as you were talking, and it's getting
Oh,
really
I don't know. I don't know.
Toy-tective.
Toy-vestigator? Why did we just say the same thing about face? Just a little different.
Toy-tective. No,
Toy-tective or toy-vestigator? I feel like I need to ask the audience.
I think it's definitely Toy-tective.
Okay.
But it's also got yeah, you're a Lego tenant, toy test. That word, it's hard. A Lego tenant toy-tective.
That is hard. Well, would you like to close us out with your news story?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Not
I
often
love
that
this
I let
one.
Dawson do the news.
You ever like have fantasies of like getting like immediate revenge upon someone?
I think that's a
Like
guy thing, maybe.
I think it's mainly a guy thing, but like someone bumps into you and then for the next 5 minutes, or even better, like someone says something to you and then the next day you're thinking about like the best way to come back and you're like, oh, if I said that to him,
Sure.
you're acting like I'm crazy for that. That's definitely a
You're not
common thing.
crazy. It's definitely a common thing. I just don't feel like I often like marinate my thoughts
I'm not
about
saying I'm
people that loud.
often getting into problems, but this guy might be. Basically, guy's at a bar, right?
Yeah.
And another guy spills his drink, right? And it happens all the time. And the guy was being really nice about it. And he's like, hey, let me buy you another one. Goes to the bar, buys him another one, turns around to give it to him. And the guy bites a chunk out of his nose off his face.
In the bar?
Yeah. Like he just turned around and was like, here you go, man. And this guy
Why?
Why? He was upset. Probably drunk
He was giving
and
him a
upset.
drink and he just how much of it came off? I'm really concerned.
I don't think he said a chunk. I think he still can breathe. Just kind of hurts.
Like but to bite a chunk off is like a lot.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that it wasn't like
Like
a really
that's like
bad
biting it
incident.
off. It's not like leaving teeth marks in your nose. That's like
Yeah.
it's like got your nose, but like it's gone. You know how scary that is? Like now a toddler can come up to you and be like, "Oh," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, am I reliving it? Is it happening again?"
Yeah, no, it says here that he had to have surgery to reattach the portion of his nose
Oh,
that
I'm
was
glad that they
severed.
reattached it.
So his nose is back to normal. It's got a little scar, but it's fine. You know.
Probably got a free nose job out of it. I always say like kind of like hope I get a nose injury so that I can just like fix this real quick.
Yeah, so the deputy went up to the guy and he
Yeah.
was like, "Why did you do that?" And his quote back was, "I was just accosted by him, so I bit him in the face."
What kind of charges do you think that man faces?
Let me tell you, he's
Oh,
got
perfect.
he was arrested on second-degree battery and resisting arrest and refusing to provide identification. How big is that
Good.
bond? Hey, let's play. You know, like
The
the
guess
Price
the
is Right,
bond.
like Price
Yeah.
is Right. Guess the bond. What do you think that
100,000.
bond? 100,000? You
Yeah.
overshot that by a lot. Remember, he didn't bite his whole nose
56
off.
56,000. Oh,
$25,500.
I was way off. I would hope if someone bit off my nose that the bond would be pretty high.
I do want to note this was in New Orleans, so this isn't like crazy that this happened. This is a
That's
common
also true. It's
occurrence.
like
So
just a
they're like,
daily
you bit his
a
nose.
daily
All
thing.
right, all right. Where's his
Good.
nose? You know, he's like,
Where's his
spits
nose?
it out.
And he's like, can't find it. Which hand is it in?
If I'm that guy, you're genius. If I'm that guy, I'm like going up to my kid the next day and being like,
Did you not hear me say that 16 times earlier?
no, not even once.
You were like deep in your research. I made that joke.
It's
I was
actually
like,
really good. Good job, Maddie.
oh, when you listen to it back, you'll hear it. That's funny.
The news people, the reporter that was interviewing him,
Yeah.
asked him like, "So can you explain what happened?" And he gave back a quote that just said, "He grabbed my head and took a chunk out of my nose," and he walked
That's like
away.
my worst nightmare. Like I'm genuinely gonna fall asleep having nightmares about that tonight.
I think that's like, look, everybody's fine now. Everybody's fine.
Okay, I
I
know.
think.
I know.
Still kind of. Could you imagine being in that bar and you're getting a drink and you turn around and you see a guy grab someone's head and bite their nose off? Are you not like, whoa?
Wow.
I'm probably not gonna see that again. You know?
I mean, yeah. It's very true.
That made me. That made my night.
That was a good story. That was a good story. I
was a
should let
great
you
story.
contribute more to the news section more often.
I call myself a reporter. I go
I'm still
finding
waiting.
the unreported stories. Sure, yeah, okay, stock market, yeah, blah blah blah. Why aren't we talking about this guy? This should be much bigger news than it is.
Well, you know what? I still haven't heard an update on.
What's that?
Did the farmer move back the rock?
Yeah, so try to look for that. Apparently, there's still tension.
No way. You looked it up? What did it say?
It's not like anything major is gonna happen, but like they're like, move the rock back.
Yeah. And he's like,
Now.
no.
And he's like, it's heavy. He's like, we're about to bomb your house so bad if you don't move that
yikes.
rock.
Yikes.
I forget which one is it. France that's pissed, or
I think so, because I think it's a Belgian man.
dude, yeah. So Belgium's like, hey, France, can you fix this? And they're like, there's a toy racket going on right now.
Yeah,
We
they're
are
like,
way too focused on that.
we're too deep into
Figure
the
it
toy
out.
theft.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're about to go to war with us. It's like, yeah. Where's your Legos? That's what I thought. There's theft going on out there, and you need to be focused on it.
It's been an eventful week here on the Late Night Snack. If you're not already following us, I'll put Dawson and I's socials down in the description or in the show notes. And if you want to follow us at Late Night Snack Pod on Instagram, we would greatly appreciate it. Send any of your videos, funny stories, whatever, either by a DM to the Instagram or to latenightsnack.thepodcast@gmail.com. And we'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week.
Well, I might as well get to it.